Morning guys, welcome to the John Freitag channel. Whoa, I like this Dodge and all, but when it starts, it revs right up. So anyway, I'm gonna have to get off the 830 for just a little while, probably be a couple months. I've got to do some work down at the barbecue. We're remodeling a little shed into a groom's room, we're gonna call it, so that when we have a wedding there, the groom can stay in the shed, the bride gets the house. Once they're married, of course, you know, anything goes. But anyway, so I hope you guys don't mind. I hope we're gonna have a little change up. I had a consultation call with a YouTube strategist. His name's Dusty Porter, and he said I really should niche down and all that kind of stuff, but I really can't because I'm busy. We're doing stuff full time, and what I do, I film, and that's what my YouTube channel is. So if you guys want to come along and see what else I'm doing, that's great. I really love it. Just a little change of pace from the mechanics. It shouldn't take too awfully long, and then we'll get back on that 830 because I am dying to get that thing done. And I'm also getting questions on the old Studebaker truck. I want to get that done too because it's exactly like the truck my dad bought back in 1946 when he moved up here to Northeast PA from New Jersey in the first place. Now, a lot of people moved from New Jersey to Northeast PA. Mom and Dad, they both came up and bought a little farm up here back before there was even highways. So I hope you guys like this video. It's a little bit different than what I've been doing for the last couple months, but hey, a change is a rest, some of the old timers around here say. So that's all good. So come on along, join me, do a little something different for a while, and then we'll get back to that 830. Guys, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting. I love all your comments. And also hit that subscribe button because I'm teetering on 1,000. And we all know what happens when we hit 1,000. All our dreams come true. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So let's check out this man shed. We've got a shed by the side of the house. First thing we got to do with this thing is clean it out. And then we'll go from there. We gotta do a bunch of work to get this thing cleaned out just because I got so much crap stored in here. Well, we got some lumber, we got some stuff we're gonna wind up needing. There's the Empress, she's already starting to work, hauling out things out. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. That's probably gonna be all day long, so this may be the shortest video ever. Well, looks like the Empress and I is it the Empress and me? Looks like the Empress and me. Empress and me are getting a lot done today, aren't we, honey? We got this whole place cleaned out. Pretty much, we gotta get rid of this foam. We'll probably wind up utilizing this up in the rafters because we're gonna make a cathedral out of this. It's got a real low ceiling. You know, what's this, maybe it's less than 7 foot. Oh, it must be 7 foot. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not very tall, it's very low. But we're running into stuff, of course, as it usually is the case. We're getting rot and some dusty, termite-y looking stuff. Well, it's not termites, thank God. We don't have that many termites up in this area, Northeast PA. I mean, they are here, but not that much. This must have been just a spot where the roof leaked at one point, and that got wet, and probably powder post beetle kind of stuff, or who knows what. But it's rotten, so I'm gonna have to cut some of that away. Looks like maybe they added on to this building at some points because that only goes that far. If I stick this camera up there, you can see where there's a doorway. So there was a wall here, and then when I go on the other side of this little thing, there's a wall on this end too. Ooh, maybe we'll find treasure up there. Yeah,
that'd be nice.
That would be neat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
I know.
Okay. All right, well, we're gonna keep tearing. I'm gonna get this ceiling down. Probably pretty close to where I gotta start hauling stuff up to the barn. I had a bunch of things stored in here and I gotta store them away in another spot. Hopefully I don't have to move them again, but who knows. Well, I'm getting the ceiling mostly down. I got all this section down, looking pretty good. I gotta get this end wall. This is originally, they added from here all the way to there on. It's, I don't know, it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, about 12 feet. And up there you can tell because you can see how the old rake was. That used to be the overhang for the thing. There's even a piece of rake board there. Okay, so I gotta knock all that down. And I'm up here knocking this down, and I look over here and I'm looking at this, and it dawned on me. That is some kind of skull. It's a whole critter laying there. Ew! What am I gonna do with that? Oh my gosh, it's so gross. It's like mummified. Ugh. Maybe I should save it, make it pet. So I think it's a cat. Must have been a pretty big one too, because it's lanky. So I'm gonna get this thing down. That's pretty gross. Oh, there's bones. I don't know if they had chicken bones up here or what it was doing. What if it got trapped up here and just couldn't get back out? Or just came up here to die? Who knows? It's probably been there 50 years. Who knows? Ugh. Oh, maybe I'll call this video Revenge of the Mummy Cat. Really weird. Oh, it's pretty solid. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, that's so gross. The mummy cat. Ew. All right, I guess fun time's over. That's a big cat. I mean, maybe it was a bobcat or a wildcat. Today's day 4 of monkeying around with this shed. I didn't do any filming yesterday at all because really not a whole lot happened. I sat down and did some figuring on the siding I'm going to need because I'm going to do board and bat hemlock if I get my hands on it. And so what I did is I got all the collar ties in, which are up there. You can see all those collar ties are in nice and level, every one of them. There's differences in the widths because this thing is a little wonky here and there, but this back wall too. I decided to take all the pine boards off that we had put up temporarily just so it looked better during a wedding. And that was 3 years ago. That was our first wedding we had here at the wedding venue. So I'm thinking this whole thing just really needs to come down. I mean, there's nothing about it that's much good. It's weird lumber here that I can't just work off them. So I'm gonna build a new wall here. I'm just gonna build a whole new wall. It doesn't have to be anything load bearing. So I'm gonna go right from the ground. See, this is another thing. But we kind of just slapped this together quick to make it look good. It was kind of a movie prop. The problem is I can wiggle this thing all over the place. So we don't really want it flopping over. I'm even half thinking about putting a couple cross braces in just while I do this, which probably not a bad idea. So I might do that. I'll throw a cross brace in if I got a long enough piece of lumber kicking around somewhere, and I think I do. Or I'll just screw a couple pieces together, just enough to stable it up. Things aren't perfectly straight, like this wall tips in a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. It looks pretty square, but it's out a little bit. And this wall tips the opposite way, so really the whole thing is shaped more like a hopper than a building. But time to get started. I'm gonna go ahead and tear this apart now. I'll show you guys what it looks like when I put it back together. And while I'm doing all that today, the Empress is going to do her ferns.
I'm repotting our ferns. I put...
It's a heck of a knife you got there, Missy.
Oh, well.
Holy.
Yeah. Well, don't pay attention to my equipment. We hang ferns in the stalls over there, and, well, it's $25 a pop. It's expensive.
Yep,
so these are 3-year-old ferns that I've been wintering over, and this is the first time I'm repotting them, though. One of the local florists, Michelle Marcho at Marcho's Florist, told me what to do. So I'm going to give it a try and see if it works. They did better this winter than last winter. They look better now than they did a year ago right now. And by July, they're perfect, so.
They'll be blown up into nice big ferns.
They will. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they look great in the windows.
Oh, it looks so pretty.
Great window dressing.
We had windows to put in the barn, but the first wedding we did, they weren't in, and they hadn't been in for about 50 years, and the bride said, can we just hang ferns? And I liked it so much, we decided to heck with the windows. We just hang ferns in there. Like I said, 50 years, no windows, and it's still standing, so that's our plan.
Now, main thing, it's got a good roof on it. That's what saves the building. Yeah, this fern looks really good, hon.
That wasn't last year fern. There's 7 ferns here. 6 of them are 3 years old, and then...
Yeah, but you should be able to just, repot them indefinitely, right? They don't, or do they die like the mummy cat?
Some people just toss them out.
Yeah.
After 1 year.
Which we've done. So you're just cutting the bottom half off?
She told me to cut the bottom half off. She said I could square it up a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not, but cutting that off, new potting soil in there, and then I'm going to feed them in about a week. I'm not going to feed them yet because I think that there's stuff in the soil to start out, so.
Nice. All right, well, I got to get back to work.
Yeah.
Getting to be afternoon, and I got a bunch done. I got this whole wall ripped out and got it reframed up. I got a new treated shoe on the bottom, all new studs. I took out what was weird. This is a little weird too, the way it's up on short walls. See, they're like short sections of wall, but we had to do that because it was rotten on the bottom. So we suspended the whole building and we put those under, and then we actually poured the concrete and shoved it underneath there, and that's what it's sitting on now. It's sitting on a concrete pad. But anyway, yeah, so I've got this done. I went ahead and I've got a double 2x6 header here. Now this is under the peak, so it's not a load bearing area, but I did want to tie it in tight wall to wall. And I had to rack the building over. The top was out of plumb about an inch, so I shoved it over, and now this plywood is what's holding it stiff. In the meantime, I just had like this cross prop like that, and I made a simple machine by taking two 2x4s, having them at an angle, you know, so they were kind of scissoring together. Put a screw in it, and then when I scissored it, of course, it jacked it out. And it didn't take much, and I pushed it out, and the Empress held level, and we got it right on spot. So pretty happy about that. So my next step of this whole thing is to get this thing sheathed out the rest of the way today, and that'll probably cook me for the rest of the day. I'll probably be done on this. I also ordered up a window. It's going to be an 18-inch wide by 26. This is just going to be a little powder room in here. So 18 by 26 window. It's going to go here. It's really not much of a view, so I didn't want a big window. It really just, it shows my garden shed and the backyard over here. So that's where I got so far today, getting things squared up a little better. Some of these studs, you can tell this was at an angle. I may fix that. I probably should plumb that up and build a better corner. Actually, that's probably what I'll do, is take that right out and then just build a better corner and make sure most of these studs are, for the most part, plumb. I think I'm gonna wind up pulling off all this junk and resheathing the whole little building just to make it rugged, because sheathing is what gives you the cross bracing that you need to keep a building from, you know, racking or even just wiggling. I don't want it wiggling around and every time the wind blows. So anyway, that's how I got to today. We'll do an update tomorrow. Hey guys, hope you guys liked that video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys on the next one.